What's happening, everybody? Hopefully everyone is doing well, and I'm back with another video, and we're going to dive into some precious metals. But what I'm going to do is actually lay out 6 places that I utilize to buy gold and silver. I'm going to give you my top 3, and as a bonus, I'm going to give you 3 more, but my last 3 are going to be very risky. So let's go ahead and dive into it. So the first place I actually like to buy my metals from is the LCS, which is your local coin shops, your LCS dealers. They are a great place to be able to go into, get to know the staff there, build a relationship, and as well get great cash and carry deals based off of building that relationship. So I love my local LCS dealers. Now, the other avenue that I actually like to take if my LCS dealer can't come through would be my online reputable dealers. Everyone has an online dealer of choice, but just to give you an example, the online reputable dealers would be something like your JM Bullion, things of that nature. So yes, I do utilize those online sites for sure. And particularly, I stick with the main ones just because I have gotten great deals from some of my online reputable dealers. Now, let's get into the third avenue that I like to use. And that is actually pawn shops. Believe it or not. Yes, pawn shops. I've had utilized pawn shops. And let me tell you, some of these pawn shops, they just want to move the product. So if you are talking cash and carry, now let's make this clear. You're not going to be buying anything under spot from a pawn shop. They got some profit margins here. But when they're just trying to move a product, let me tell you, cash and carry, you can pull up and you can get you some good deals on some gold and silver. Now, let me add this caveat for your pawn shops. I particularly like to go in and said, hey, I am the guy that called in reference to whatever gold and silver, that I might be looking at, right? And here's how it'll go. Typically, these pawn shops will usually have an online website, or they're using other sites to list things that they will have. You see something you like, you call, you inquire about it, and you say, what are you letting that go for out the door? They'll let you know exactly what they'll let that go for out the door if you show up with the cash. So you show up with the cash and then you say, hey, just for my comfortability, is there a way you can test this for my comfortability so I can know I'm not getting a bogus product? 9 out of 10, they're going to say, we already tested it, but I have no problem retesting it so you can feel comfortable. They want that cash. So pawn shops do come in handy. Hey, when it comes to metals, there's buyers and there's sellers. Believe that. Now, here goes my other 3 places that I buy from. Now, this is extremely risky. Very risky. Not recommended for all, but risky. OfferUp. OfferUp is an app where you can buy things, you can sell things, and sometimes you'll have listings of people that are trying to sell gold and silver. So I do like to use OfferUp. Now, here's the catch with using these type of apps. You particularly don't know who you're meeting and who you're dealing with. You also don't particularly know if the gold and silver you are trying to purchase is real. So you must have a way of determining if you're buying the real deal. But OfferUp is another avenue. Craigslist is the other avenue as well. Now, with Craigslist, I happened to meet a retiree on Craigslist. His son had got him into stacking. Here's the story behind it. They went to a gun show, and at the gun show, there was a guy up there selling some metals. And the son said, "Dad, you should buy this. You won't regret it. Trust me." So the guy started buying some American Eagles. He bought one tube of American Eagles per year. Once he hit beyond retirement age, he started selling them off. And I had met this guy on Craigslist, and I had the ability to buy from him on 2 separate occasions because I kept his number and stayed in contact. And 2, he was sold out. And darn, he was giving some deals, some beautiful deals. I'm telling you. And I had luck with retirees on Craigslist often. And again, buyer beware. You don't know who these people are. And you don't also know if the product you're going to be buying is real or not. So you must take safety into consideration, and you must have a way to determine if your gold or silver you are looking to purchase is authentic. Last and least, eBay. Yes, I've utilized eBay. If it says it's coming from China or anywhere else on eBay, avoid it. Particularly, I like to go into the auctions, and then I like to browse the actual store setup that the seller has, because sometimes they also have an online presence. They actually have a physical location, or maybe they just have an eBay store set up to where they are selling metals. So I will look into that, and then I would reach out. Oh boy, look at that. Still beautiful, but look at that. Some milking. Silver is silver. Anyhow, I would reach out and say, "Hey, what type of business do you particularly deal with when it comes to the metals or silvers?" And if they have a website or something like that, they would definitely point you into that direction. And if they happen to just be maybe a collector and they're selling off, they will let you know these things. But here's the thing: if you don't feel comfortable and something seems odd, just don't purchase, because there is a lot of counterfeit crap on eBay. And eBay is not going to always protect you as a buyer. So you must be careful. But eBay is the way. Now, let me go back through these 6. Here goes my top 3. My local coin shops, online reputable dealers, and pawn shops. And here goes the additional 3 that are extremely risky, and that would be OfferUp, Craigslist, and eBay. And again, them are extremely risky. And that are my 6 places that I utilize to buy gold and silver. And hey, if you are stopping by the channel for the first time and you like this video, make sure you smash that like button, give this a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel. All support is needed, appreciated, and loved. Stay motivated, stay dedicated, and keep hustling. Peace.